Yeah. Just after, yeah. Yeah, I know. I just have something to do. Eric? Eric, can you have someone in the live stream? I just launched the live stream.
Hey, Nora.
Okay. You are in live stream?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to stay here. I will look. Yuma. Perfect. It's going or not?
Yes, going.
Do you have any sound? No, we have another 20-30 minutes.
It's coming out of the Bluetooth.
Do you have any sound? No, we have another 20-30 minutes.
Tell the president he's reading the book. He's not reading the book.
Okay.
He's just sitting.
So here we are in the live. We're doing all the last preparations. Because we have a sea mermaid, we need to secure that she has a bit of extra oxygen while she's in the water talking to the president. And those bottles need to be fixed to the bottom. So everything is really ready to go. The president is waiting patiently for the sea mermaid to arrive. The clam, of course, is already in position. Here we go then for our live, where the president will be speaking to all of us. So stand by.
Cut. Cut.
So here is the sea mermaid coming and seeing the president. She is tapping on his shoulder to say hi. The president was reading a book made out of stone paper, and now she will take her seat. She will need to put on a mask to be able to talk. This is the LiFi technology, and Merle will just be happy to be able to get going with the conversation. She, of course, as a mermaid, has to make certain that her system is well set. She has a beautiful flower, which is the local native flower, which we adore, and which is only growing on these rocks behind us. It's an amazing thing. These flowers only grow on the rocks behind. These are the Rock Islands, which is a World Heritage Site of UNESCO. So here, Merle will be putting on her mask, and she will start the conversation. Olivier, can you turn on also Merle's Wi-Fi connectivity? It's already done. And let's make certain we put it on the table so we have it very visible. The light on the table. As you can see, you have a few lights there, and that's actually the core of the technology, is to ensure that we are able to do the communication with light. There is a microphone put into the system, and this microphone of these professional masks, so these masks can go 30, 40 meters deep. They are the professionally made. They're really of a quality that is extraordinary. And mind you, for the sake of the attention, the president is looking at the book Pristine Palau. We're on page 197. It states Palau will be the first country where people will talk under the water. So this is all being set and arranged right now. We had a few days of testing and trials in order to find the best way to operate this. But I think after Merle has been successful in adjusting her mask, she gives the thumbs up, and she is now going to go down like the mermaids do. She will just be very careful with her tail, and now the conversation can start. Can we start the conversation? So, Merle, can you just be comfortable in your chair? I mean, it's people don't realize how difficult it is to sit on a chair in the water. It's one of those things that is very, very uncomfortable because you're always floating and you're always pushed back up. So here we have the president reading the book, and here we have our opportunity to really set this great world record. So can we start going?
I can hardly hear you. Oh, okay. No, it was good before. Yeah. Well, the clam. Well, in Poland history, the birth of Palau comes from the clam. There was a ship that came out of the clam, they hit some land, and then they burst to the sun here at the beginning of Palau. And that's the story of the world. The fruit that came out of the clam was mermaid. And when they were on land, they burst to the sun, to form the islands of Palau. One thing that connects us all is the ocean. And we're so thankful that you, as the mermaid, can travel around the world and connect us together. Just like these wonderful maps, they now can allow us to speak to each other. Because we need to unlock the potential of technology so that we can unlock the potential of the ocean. And being able to communicate underwater allows us to further explore, enjoy, and I think most importantly, learn to protect and value what we have been doing and blessed with. And the people world, the state, and from the bottom of the Palau ocean, you can see the ocean. Well, I think for most of the people on the planet, they would understand what the ocean is and what the ocean has to offer. So we treat it as a garbage dump. We let everything, all waste flow into the ocean. Plastic, every kind of waste that you can think of flows into the ocean. And we're destroying and having the ocean. We have we do things to it that harm us on the planet. And sometimes when we educate, our children educate the people of the world of the importance of healthy ocean, because we know that with healthy ocean, we have a healthy planet. So it's very important that you message and the message from the others letters with everyone. So that everybody takes a responsible action in everything that they do. We took our vehicles and pollute the ocean, eat fish that's sustainably caught, and most importantly, let's not do activities they would have irregular homes. There's a big push now, for example, to go and dig up the deep sea because they believe that somehow that'll have the little dysfunction by getting minerals to help in the production of batteries. But you can't understand impact. And that's why Palau is taking a while to ask for a moratorium on deep sea mining until we understand impact. We know the impact on one side of the world, the one side of the ocean, in the migrating habits of whales, the impact on fishing stocks, because you can impact the food that they eat. The ocean is all connected, and we have to make sure that everything that we do, we don't disrupt the life cycle of another organism or another life form that's around there that impacts all of us. No. But that's a place to be. And I have learned anything today that you always think about space, but it's underwater. That's the beautiful rock movement. So I will see take that forward to the world. Someone learned something. What I like to say is that Palau is a big open space. And as a big open space, we had everything to ensure the service that was most important optimal use by open to ensure that we can protect the biodiversity, but at the same time use it to help our people. And one of the things that Pauli has been fortunate to do is locate the rest of the world through the past the high-speed fighting that we enjoy, that we passed around as 50 years this year. That's just one of the things that we have to do the reduction of our oceans to ensure that we can continue to use them and they can continue to be healthy for generations to come. Absolutely. You know, I was just building the other day underwater, and I was trying to find out where my friend, there's a fish over there, there's a turtle over there, there's a mountain over there, and you know, we're hospitals and trying to communicate. So now, this technology, you can start communication by just saying, look to the right, there's a fish, look to the left, there's a mountain. Look to the right, there's a turtle. So, by being able to communicate, we can absorb something, we can learn from the ocean, and hopefully together we can really understand the benefits and better be able to protect the ocean. Yeah, Mr. President. And also, you know, underwater is becoming something remarkable new discovery with the new species of fish or shark. From Gunter, but where we can go and learn about this and how photosynthesis. So I think technology is I think this is a remember this to be and that's why we say the mermaid is going to be so participating. It's not the place in the middle of the ocean. Now they have technology to question stuff. Absolutely. They're absolutely good. That's the history of what we can discover with technology. And we continue to advance, we continue to unlock the potential of this technology. It really unlocks the potential of the ocean, the potential for our children to learn and to become rivers of the ocean. So I think the ocean connects us, and it is our duty to keep it healthy, and let's work together to ensure that we have a healthy ocean so that we have a healthy planet. Yes. So thank you for carrying the message around the world, inspiring people to care about the ocean, and together we have shown that this technology can make a difference, and let's continue to share with our children, with the people of the planet, how important our oceans are. Yeah, that clock right there is probably 200 years old. And so it's been really truly a pleasure to swim with the mermaid, talk to a mermaid, just like the two whales, they talk to each other. So, yeah, it is wonderful to be able to talk underwater to each other. And you know, Paul has a legend of a girl from the village of Mermaid who turned into a dugong, our mermaid. And now we're connecting and communicating once again. So it's great to have you in Palau and sharing this conversation underwater. Well, there's nothing like being at home and inviting people to visit your home. So really, it is truly a pleasure to have the mermaid in Palau visiting us in our backyard. We have this open space, so there's nothing more fun than being underwater and being able to do this, use this amazing technology and be able to talk to you underwater. I just didn't tell my wildest dreams, you know. We did snorkel and swim, and then when the tank arrived and started, that was amazing because then you could just stay down there for hours. But now being able to communicate just takes it to the next level. And so, you know, you look at movies, you watch movies, and you read books and you think about these things, but now we're actually living it. So it's I guess you could say it's a dream come true. Well, that's the beauty of technology. Because technology really unlocked numerous potential opportunities that we didn't imagine or didn't think about before. Now that you have it, now you have an opportunity to look at things differently and find creative ways to help unlock the potential that the ocean has for human health, for saving the planet, for saving the resources that we have so that we can use them sustainably so we can continue to live healthy and productive life here on planet Earth. So, well, I was reading this Christine Palau book, and on page 197, it talks about the possibility of crossing underwater or doing it underwater in Palau. And now we're doing it. So this is truly unlocking the potential that we have. And it's on stone paper that you can read with underwater, made from environmentally sustainable products. So, we continue to find ways to use technology to help improve the lives of people on planet Earth. Absolutely. And hopefully, more people with new technology, they want to come to Palau, drive with us in Palau, the beauty of the ocean. And that's what we can do when we turn the water around and show the message to the Israel. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So we continue to have a conversation? So where are you from? Australia. Well, you're from around, we get to go on. Okay.
So here we're at the final scene of this world premiere. The president is coming out of the water, and we're going to applaud here. The team is applauding. Everyone is very happy. Applause, applause. This is, well, the world premiere has worked great. The president made an incredible set of arguments for the ocean, for technology, and we are convinced that this is just a first little small step. And they have to stop the bottles. Et alors, so we are here looking at the final session, and the mermaid is taking off her mask, and the president is taking off his mask. We are excited about this breakthrough. And here the mermaids are saying that, wow, sitting on a chair with weights is not comfortable at all. Mr. President, success, total success.
So you can hear us?
Yes, perfect. The difference is you have a strong voice. Marilee is a mermaid. She has a soft voice. No, you did what you had to do. So
We just got to get used to making the lights light up. Sometimes.
yes.
One hand I'm holding, making sure I'm underwater. The other hand I'm like doing.
But this was really a great world premiere. I mean, some of your statements. We hear it so well, live streamed. And what we're going to do now is we've recorded everything by several cameras. We're going to make a mix of it, and we're going to use some AI to improve your voice, understanding of the voice, so that we can have clips ready for tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
But I heard everything what you said.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We heard everything just in the very beginning.
3D and all of it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, very good.
They just have to talk slowly.
Oh, okay.
We're too fast, so we're like,
Yeah.
okay, I get that. No, I didn't get that. Because you're pretty close.
And you know, at some point I start getting worried. I see the water dropping on the top of his head. I'm like,
So you have to,
I got worried
Yeah.
about that.
So they're having a little debriefing amongst themselves, talking about the inconveniences they had. But as you can see, the president can sit comfortably on the chair. The tide is now going down. So as the tide is going down, the president's head is up and out, and so is the sea mermaid. But as a result of this event, we've really set a new world standard for communications. I mean, just imagine that you have a country and you tell that you have no Wi-Fi, you have no satellite connection, you have no 5G, you have no underwater cable connectivity available to you. Well, under these circumstances, it is clear that you can never expect to have an economic development. And so the message of the president was very clearly, we need sustainable development, but we need to have an urgent breakthrough on the technologies, because if we want to develop the oceans, the first thing you have to do is secure that there is connectivity, that you can capture data, you can set voice. You can have voice, you can have video, you can have data, you can even have your GPS position. Imagine that when you're going in the sea today, you don't have a GPS position, but if you have the 3 lights, probably you saw in the cameras, 3 lights. When you have 3 lights, you can triangulate perfectly, and when you're triangulating, you can have a GPS position. So we can have a position made by light that is to the millimeter precise for the president and for the mermaid and for the clam, if you want to. So one of the great breakthroughs is that we were able, with 3 lamps, to do GPS positioning underwater. You start with your position from the satellite, and then you go underwater. You have no more opportunity to connect to the satellites. And from there on, triangulating the different lights allows you to have a GPS position. The second thing that you saw is that, of course, we not only have someone talking, but we have people talking at the same time and back and forth. That means you have a two-way communication. So when you're diving and you are observing the quality of the corals, well, you are able to not only observe the quality of the corals, you can comment on what you have seen, you can record it. Today we still are using underwater paper to write on. We love the stone paper, but it's about time we go digital and make this function. What you also realize is that we have the chance to do video streaming. So the light allows us to do data, we have voice, and we have video and the GPS. So the incipient technology is finally allowing us to have the first 4 basic services of communications and data gathering. This means that under the water, since there is no data, you can't do data mining. There's no interest from the Amazons and the Metas and the Googles because there is no data density. But you have a very low data density, but all the data you have, you create it yourself. So you are doing what we call data farming. The opportunity to farm the data has been clearly shared here. And it was very interesting in the first 5 minutes when the president was waiting for Merle, the sea mermaid, to come. He was reading the book, Pristine Palau. And while he was reading the book, he explicitly went to page 197, where it says that Palau will be the first country where people will be talking under the water. And that happened just now. That was written in in January this year. It was published in March this year. And so now on the 5th of October, we wrote history. And for the first time in history, you had a head of state talking to his people. We had actually a live streaming, and the live streaming went straight onto the radio. So you had actually people in Palau able to listen to the president speaking from under the water. This is a world premiere. And what is very interesting is that it's not a big nation that is undertaking this. It is one of the smallest nations in the world. There are barely 20,000 people living in Palau. But we know that all the Pacific islands, and for that sake, many more islands around the world, are all suffering from a tremendous rise of sea levels. We witnessed it this morning. We were actually about 30 minutes delayed because according to the original plans, actually the tide was 35 centimeters higher. And this increase of tidal height, of course, affected us because we wanted to make everything easy for the president and for the mermaid to be able to sit on the chair. So we couldn't be with a water body that was way too high, and then the helpers around just in case of emergency. So my real message here is that for the first time, these island nations are bringing the message of the need for conservation and the need for, at the same time, new ocean driven technologies. What we have today as technologies clearly demonstrates that the world is not interested in the ocean. And too many people seem to forget that a country like Palau of 750,000 square kilometers has 1% land and 99% sea. So if I cannot develop the communication techniques in the sea, in the water, underwater, even to the bottom of the sea, well, I will not be able to develop the economy of the country. And this is where we are, as Blue Economy, deciding to put the examples so that we can demonstrate that this is not just a pipe dream and a vision. After so many years of work, we now have the hard reality that we can change communication techniques so that everyone can communicate. And now comes the more interesting one, perhaps, for those who are very keen on AI. We can equip these hearing systems with a small AI. And when there is a sperm whale talking to another sperm whale, well, the AI can translate what they're saying. This is the kind of revolution that we see in the future. You can learn sperm whale and talk sperm whale in the water, and you have AI to assist you. The masks allow you to go 40 meters deep. The masks allow you to really have versatility in the water. And as you've seen, both of them sat quite comfortably. I think as everyone is getting slowly out of the water, what we are going to do is now we're going to visit the World Heritage Site of the Rock Islands. We need to see the beauty because unless you see the beauty while being mesmerized and fascinated by the new technologies, the combination of both is not going to give you the future that we want. We want the high tech, we want the high touch, but we want also the traditions to be very central. It's very interesting that in Palau, everyone, of course, knows the water because if land is only 1%. But that is not the case for the majority of the country. So let me conclude here. We successfully undertook the first world underwater talk of a president, and he talked with a mermaid. And the clam right in front, one of the symbols of biodiversity of Palau, was right in front. Then our dear mermaid had a beautiful flower in her hair, and that is one of the rock flowers. This is a flower that only grows on those tremendous rocks that are typical for Palau. And of course, you will have seen some images of the sharks. As we know, Palau is the first country in the world that created a shark sanctuary. And these three symbols were widely visible in this world premiere, first time a head of state talks in the water about the future of the country and is interviewed by a sea mermaid. All ladies and gentlemen all around the world, I hope you enjoyed this premiere. This was not to be a show. I just want to conclude and say this was not at all to be a show. This is only an opportunity for you to participate in this premiere that had a lot of technical challenges and that offered us a chance to learn so much more about how we can do so much better and what are the technical developments that we should embrace very soon in order to unlock this great opportunity. To conclude, I want to say great thanks, of course, to the president, who is still excited continuing to talk to the team. I want to thank Merle Lievant, the mermaid, who has her mermaid school in Miami. I want to thank Olivier and Philippe, who were really on technical standby in the water. We had our Japanese team operating the drone and the GoPro. And we had, of course, the key technical backup team with Axel and Jerry from Acer Gadgets. So we have a great team. Jin Feng also joined us to do additional recording. We are very grateful to Joy and Eric Whips for making their big live aquarium available, because what they have done is, can you imagine, that is their aquarium. So they don't need to keep fishes in a little glass box. They actually live the aquarium. So thanks to Eric and Joy Whips, we had this incredible opportunity. I also want to thank our friends from Stone Paper, who once again demonstrated that there is another incredible technology that is going to make a big difference, because the president read my book printed on stone paper, and that stone paper will just not be affected at all by the salt water. We are very grateful to our Osaka-based team, Mr. Harada, and of course the Universal Cruise for their support. We had here two great guys who are absolutely fantastic in operating the drones. So yeah, this is where we are. Thanks a lot to all of you for either getting up very early or staying up very late. It is our pleasure to be here. And the next steps for us is to process all what we have recorded and turn it into a few clips, which will make certain that the world remembers forever that just like a man walked on the moon and made history, we are having a president talk from under the water to his people. Thanks a lot, and see you soon again on one of our special lives. Bye-bye.